Unqualified Heroes!
Oh,
Season 2, episode
episode. I don't
after
know.
that, the previous one. So, I'm one of your co hosts, Daniel Perez.
And I am Messi Morales, and we are your unqualified heroes.
So, today is going to be another fun episode. We actually got a guest, first time guest. So, um, we sometimes we bring in guests and they just keep on repeating, but we're going to give you new guests so you can have more fun listening to other voices besides ourselves, because we know you hate our voices for so long. So go ahead and bring in our guest.
Yo, how's it going, guys? So I'm
Oh,
Isa
good.
Comics. As you can see at the name on the corner. Yeah, a little bit about me. I'm a big Marvel and DC nerd, maybe a bigger nerd than these two guys. But yeah, that's literally it about me. That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know.
all
Exactly.
you need to
He's a
know.
nerd and he'll be a bigger nerd than most of us. So yeah, we'll kick right off into it. But before we get into the comic book universe, we're gonna go into the gaming universe with the biggest animated movie of all time. New Super. Well, I don't know if it says new in the beginning, but Super Mario Bros. Yeah. So, what do you guys? I'll kick it off with our guest. It's a comics. What do you think about the movie?
Honestly, I just watched it like a couple days ago, and coming out of that theater, yes, I knew it was gonna be more kid-like, more kid-friendly, but I really enjoyed the movie. Coming out of that theater, I was like, "Oh my god, this is all I've wanted from a Mario movie. This is peak
Yeah.
fiction, basically."
I agree with you. I saw the reviews before I walked in
Mhm.
because I didn't see it on the opening night. I saw it like the end of the weekend, and all these critics hating on a kid's movie for no reason. There's literally no expectation for a kids movie. You take your kid, and the kid's gonna like it. That's the whole point. If you
Mhm.
have any other thoughts about that, you never grew up with Mario. But me, I love Mario. I grew up with Mario. I had Nintendo 64. I got the Wii. I love all that stuff. I saw this movie and it brought me back all those years, having seen Mario with Luigi, and then the Easter eggs. Oh my gosh, so many Easter eggs for in this movie for all the games and stuff like that. I honestly loved this movie. I give it a 9 out of 10. I loved it. Sue me, Rotten Tomatoes. You can suck my nuts.
Literally, why were the critics hating? For what? It makes no sense. Clearly, they didn't grow up on Mario, and clearly, I don't know what basis they're going off of, but it was a really. I couldn't stop smiling, honestly. Like the whole movie, I'm just smiling. I'm with a group of my friends. Anytime the reference profits were like, "Bro, that was like what they did that." Like it was just you just couldn't stop feeling the nostalgia, and it was like they just took you back in time to when you were a kid, just living out one of your biggest gaming, I guess, icons. So it was super cool. Let's get out the way. Bowser singing Peaches? Come on. Bop of the year 2023 Grammys need to come out here.
Yeah.
It's already in my playlist.
No, seriously. I'm always listening to it. My wife is like, "Can you stop playing that song?" I'm just like, "No."
It's the anthem. It's the anthem of 2023. That's the song. We all agree. Every special occasion, every birthday, every holiday, the song will be played on the radio, on your phone, and everything. Let's just agree that's literally the song of the year. It's just a man in love with a woman that he cannot get. It's like it happens for everybody. That's like every nerd.
It's the tragedy that's happened
the-
to all of us.
It's every nerd's life right here. Cannot get the girl that they want, so they're just singing their heart out, and the best way they can. Jack Black killed it. Jack Black was the best person
Jack
on
Black
this
killed
movie.
it. But in all honesty, I think everyone did good. The voice acting,
Yeah.
people were hating.
Yeah.
I know before the movie came out, a lot of people were hating on Chris Pratt's Mario, but I didn't see a problem with it. I don't know if you guys saw a problem with it.
honestly, before I was a little biased because, like, we weren't gonna get the original Mario accent, with the little high pitched voice. But when I watched that movie, I did not mind it at all. It was really enjoyable. I really liked how he voice acted the character.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
was cool how they like did the Italian accent in the commercial, and then after they were like, "Oh yeah, that was just for a commercial." That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's like a lot of like stereotypical or there's just stereotype of like a race or like a ethnic group or whatever. Like I'm Spanish, but I don't really sound like a Mexican will sound like on TV. Like
Mhm.
people, I guess, are used to seeing like an Italian sounding like an Italian. Like I guess that's like how the process of their voice for Chris Pratt and Luigi happened, because even Peach has that, like you said, that has a really high pitched voice, but in here she's sounding like a normal person.
Yeah.
And then I honestly did not mind the changes they did. I was not scared. Oh, they're gonna ruin the movie, because think about it. Will you sit down for an hour and 30 minutes listening to a high pitched voice the whole time? Yes, we play with Mario, but yeah, he says 2 or 3 words.
The
And
whole
most of the
game,
time,
everything
the whole
is
time-
subtitles.
Yeah, and I'm happy. Like, yeah, it was good. I didn't mind the my voices. I for some parts of, at the beginning, I was like, okay, this is Chris Pratt. Like his voice, like his normal voice, came out a little bit sometimes, but I completely forgot that was him. I 100% forgot that was him until the beginning part was the only part. But other than that, his voice acting was pretty good. Even Luigi and everybody else was great.
It was good. Peach was looking like a baddie, but that's a topic for another day. It's hey, it be what it be. But
Hey.
so I think we all agree Mario is a really good movie. And I don't have you seen Sonic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't obviously fully compare an fully animated movie to a movie where they have like special
Right.
effects to make Sonic. But if you were to compare Sonic 1 to Mario, what movie did you enjoy more?
I'd have to go with Mario. I'd go with Mario.
Yeah.
No, that's a good take.
But hear me out.
Okay.
Sonic 2, on the other hand,
Yeah.
better than Mario.
Okay. I
That's understandable.
can agree with that.
Yeah, that's a very a good take, because Sonic 1 is solid. But Sonic 1 is like, it was a solid Sonic movie.
Oh, yeah.
For a while, because we haven't really seen Sonic live action like we've seen recently. And then Mario movie just killed it. Like this movie,
Yeah.
and so far they're bringing more characters to life. So that's another part I want to bring about. If you guys think Smash Bros will be coming eventually with all the
MCU.
characters, yeah, the MCU version of the animation,
I do see
Nintendo.
I see it come, but like in a long time from now. I'm talking like 2029.
Yeah.
Probably,
long
yeah,
time.
because there's a lot of animation that Smash Bros has, like the
And you need a
lineup
good
itself.
chunk of characters.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. The lineup is huge for Smash Bros. So like so far they got Pikachu, the Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
We got Sonic, the whole family of Sonic right there. Now Mario and the whole family of Mario. That's like so far we have like at least a 50 to 100 characters right now. But this is not even the main characters. We're still missing a bunch of the original lineup for Smash Bros. So if that's the route that they're taking, hopefully they are. It will be very interesting. You're gonna be grown ass people in the theater watching kids movies. Like yes,
Yep.
fight. Yeah.
Well, they did show a stat. How did they track it? I have no clue. But they said the majority of those who saw Mario were between the age range of 18 and 34. It was like quite a large percent. I was like 60% or something like that. I'm like, dude, what? But it makes sense. I'm honestly not surprised.
It makes sense, yeah, because it's honestly not even our generation of Mario that people are is even people are older than us who grew up with Mario when Mario came out originally.
Right, the original Marios. But like we still grew up on Mario. But the kids now, what they grow up on? They didn't grow up on Mario.
Mario
Kart.
Really
We grew up on Mario Kart. Okay, Mario Kart 8, but what? We grew up on Mario Kart 1.
Yeah,
like Mario Kart was more popular when we were kids, but
Right.
like
Yeah.
now Mario Kart is like one of the. It's still a popular game. Don't get me wrong, but it's not as popular as other games like everyone plays now Fortnite, Minecraft, Roblox.
Exactly.
Like those are
Those are
their
the
games.
popular ones. Those are their
Yeah,
games. Exactly. Maybe they'll have a Minecraft movie for them later on.
Eventually,
there is
eventually
Oh,
there
there
is.
is?
Jason
Yeah, it's coming
Momoa.
up.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
well, there you go. There you have it. I do got one more question, and then we'll change the topic. Mario, you basically have the same plot on almost all the games. Most of the time, it's like Mario rescuing, has a arch nemesis with Bowser type of thing. But with Mario 2, what are they gonna make the plot if they already had their encounter with Bowser?
I mean, Bowser comes back in every single game. In every
That's what
single
I'm
game
saying.
is
So is
Bowser.
Bowser just gonna? Is it gonna be the same plot?
Maybe, or maybe Bowser Jr. or another of his kids, because he has a bunch of kids of like Bowser Jr. and the girl turtle and the other guy turtle. Like, I don't know their names, but there's a bunch of turtles that if you play Super Mario Bros, each castle is each villain of turtles. So maybe next game could be Bowser Jr. I would love to see Bowser Jr. to come to the big screen as like the villain for the second movie,
That'd be cool.
because on the end credit, as we know, we saw the little egg of Joshi, and maybe it will be focused on the Joshi world planet,
Yoshi?
whatever you want, Joshi, whatever planet you want to call it. Bowser Jr. can be on that. If they don't want to do Bowser again, they can do Bowser Jr. Or they could do.
Well, they're gonna have to do Bowser again after the popularity that Jack Black
Yeah.
got.
Oh, yeah.
with the first one.
Yeah, maybe he will not be the main villain of the second one, but he could be the one controlling. Yeah, the one in the background controlling Bowser Jr. or whatever.
Okay, I could see that.
Hear me out. Hear me out. We have the plot of the next movie is Bowser Jr. serving adoption papers to Peach.
Oh my god! Oh no!
That's his evil plan. It's like
That's
his
the evil
dad
plan.
tried. Yeah, his dad tried to marry her. That didn't work out. Okay, so that girl is gonna be eventually family of them, some way, shape, or form. If not wife, then mother. They're
Mother.
they're gonna just go in the family tree to make it fit. Like, what can you be to me? If you can't be my wife, you can be my mother. If not my mother, I'm gonna be your sister or brother. Like,
Oh no!
It's gonna-
Now we're going down right in the holes that we shouldn't be going down. So next topic, moving on. We're gonna go with the trailer that came out today. We're recording this on Tuesday, so if you're listening another day, we're talking about Tuesday. The not Miss Marvel, the Marvels trailer has come out, and well, let me rephrase it. The teaser trailer. This is not a complete trailer. This is a teaser trailer. They always show teaser trailers first, so they don't show as much as they would show in a regular one. Although I feel like we got a good chunk of content in this trailer. What do you guys think of the trailer? I'll start with you, as comics.
Okay, so a lot of people might hate me for this, but I was not a fan of the Miss Marvel series. But watching this trailer, all right, I was really excited for, especially Miss Marvel, the character Miss Marvel. She looked like it was going to be a really fun character to watch on the big screen, and like seeing her interact with the other two characters, Monica and Carol, like they make the perfect trio, basically.
Yeah.
I really am excited to see how it is on the big screen.
Okay, Messi.
Yeah, so I honestly thought when I saw this and like how high beat it is, I thought my first reaction. Okay, so this is a sequel, or like literally moments after the Miss Marvel show ended, because as we saw in the trailer, Monica Rambeau touches that whatever glowing blue thing on space, and then moments instantly she gets transferred to Kamala, and Kamala's in space. I thought it was pretty funny. But yeah, so I honestly, like I said, like on a previous episode, when we talk about the expectation for this movie, I'm not really expecting a lot, because the first Captain Marvel, for some reason, is one of the most hated Marvel movies of there is. But I don't know. I'm like in between 50 excited, 50% not really caring for much for it.
I had two thoughts watching the trailer, and only two thoughts, and it was the same two thoughts I thought I was gonna think before the trailer came out. One, it looks alright. I mean, to me, it was like, okay, it's okay. Second thing was, I can't wait for more Miss Marvel. Now, was the show good? No. It
No.
was probably my second least favorite show out of all the Disney Plus shows. I'm pretty sure I even skipped an episode and just watched the recap because I just couldn't handle it. There was just the middle part in Miss Marvel was pretty boring. But Miss Marvel's character, like her persona is just so radiant. I said it multiple times, and back when the show was on, it gives me super huge Tom Holland Spider-Man vibes, and anytime she was on screen in the trailer, I couldn't help but like smile, like feel good watching it, because it's just that persona that she was acting was really, really good. And knowing Miss Marvel in the comics, how like nerdy fanboy type of person that she is, and how she's like floating in space screaming, like, yeah, you're all of a sudden in space, you're scared as crap, but then you see Nick Fury and she's like, oh, hi Nick Fury. I mean, I'm not surprised. Why is that like of course that's there. So seeing any more of Miss Marvel is just a joy. I know the early test screenings, once again, I have zero clue how you get into an early test screening, but whatever. Early test screens from a couple months ago said that Miss Marvel, the movie was pretty good, but that Miss Marvel was the standout of the movie, and I'm not surprised. She is a standout type of character, and oh poop, I lost it. No more in my. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. So, once again, remember, this is her first acting gig ever. Like Miss Marvel was her first thing in any TV show or any movie. This is now her first big screen movie. So this is a big accomplishment for her. She's still really, really young. So once again, I haven't seen the movie, but people saying that she's done really good. I give kudos to her, because I mean, look, it's your job. Acting is your job, and to finally get that shot to be in a movie, that's a huge goal,
accomplishment,
and a huge accomplishment in any.
And it's not just any movie; it's like the MCU. One of the biggest movie franchises.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was super cool. Got a question for you guys, because I know this was a rumor. I don't know if it was ever confirmed, but it was a rumor that The Marvels was going to be a musical. Do you think that's still happening?
I heard that it was going to be partially musical.
Partial musical, yeah. Right. Do you think that's still happening?
Because I think the villain has something to do with the musical. I don't remember who the villain is off the top of my head, but I know he has some sort of ability with music or singing or something. So I think it might be. I'm not 100% though.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not about that. I'm not about that part. Just musical is not my thing. Messy.
Well, thank you for letting me know, because one, I did not hear this rumor. So now for sure, I am going to wait until the next day to watch this movie. I am going to let Daniel see the movie first, and he's gonna let me know if there's music or not. Because
I'm not gonna tell you if there is. You're gonna watch it and figure it out.
I will Google it, because I do really hate musicals. I don't know why. Don't ask me. I just not a big fan of it, and I may not watch this movie.
You are gonna watch the movie. You have to watch this movie.
I mean, there was a scene in the trailer that showed a little musical number.
It did. I did see that.
Yeah.
So that's what made me think. I was like, maybe it is coming. So, I'm not about that. Joker 2 is also supposedly a musical.
Yeah.
What's up with everybody doing musicals now?
I'm not a fan of it.
I don't know.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I don't know, but earlier I was talking to Daniel, and Daniel saw a scene on the trailer that he thought they were all fighting each other,
Hmm.
and like on that part. But I told him no, they're not fighting each other because one, why would they fight each other? There's no point of fighting each other.
You don't
So
know.
what I
Brainwash.
noticed, no, well, no, that's too much. So what I noticed is they were practicing with each other, like their powers, and there's a small glimpse. If you, I saw on TikTok a guy slowed down the scene, and Kamala is one side, and she uses her powers, and when she uses her powers, she transform or she body swaps with
Monica.
Monica, and I was like, I thought it was pretty cool. So like on that scene itself, they're learning how to use their powers on their advantage because we saw earlier also in the trailer that Kamala was on their dining room with McCreary and um, Monica Rambeau and her Kamala family. She used her power, and then she's body swaps with Carol, and she's there. So like, I think there, if this is the case, I think all three are gonna be connected for any future projects moving forward. Like if Kamala will show up, I will have the expectation that the other two will show up. If that's the case,
You think
they're gonna be body
after this
swapping.
movie they're still gonna be body swapping?
Probably because on that part that we saw in the trailer,
They're not gonna be body swapping.
they're using their powers on their advantage because every time they Kamala uses their power, one of them body swaps.
They're not gonna be
Well,
body swapping. Though I think the whole
it's
premise of the movie is to fix it.
I don't know. It's a cool power. I would love to see him more. Like imagine.
Do you think? Issa, do you think they're gonna be body swapping?
Well, okay. When I think of that scene, like I'm thinking of like Moon Knight, all right, because at the end or in the beginning of Moon Knight, like Steven and Mark, they hated being in the same body. But like towards the end, they're one body. They're working together.
Yeah.
So that's what I think
imagine
of.
that. Imagine that on Endgame. They're fighting Thanos. And it's like Kamala goes, body swap. Carol never goes, body swap. The other one goes, body swap. Like there's 3 in 1. I thought that would be a cool thing. If they fight, I'm putting it right now. They're gonna fight the villain just like that. They're gonna like do one thing, body swap with the other person, boom, do like the huge combo that Steve, Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man couldn't do on Thanos fighting on Endgame. So they're gonna improve that scene on this movie. Watch. I am saying it right now on this podcast that they're gonna combo the villain's ass some which or form.
Okay, I agree with you. Skills. I just don't think they're gonna be body swapping after. It takes too much editing.
So
they don't want to put more editing on themselves.
They get paid.
I mean,
they're really not enough. Projects. It's too much editing to do that for every coming for whatever Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty and whatever else they show up in. Speaking of Kang, do you think it's a lock that he shows up in the post-credit scene?
No.
You don't think he shows up?
No.
Really? Even with the Bengals?
I don't think so. I feel like this is going to be its own standalone movie. Like I know we're in like now the Kang Dynasty in a sense, but I feel like the Marvels and like maybe a few other Marvel projects like Daredevil, like Echo, I feel like they're going to be their own like standalone projects. I don't think it could set up something for Kang Dynasty, but I don't think Kang's going to show up in the shows or in the movie or
but not even in a post-credit scene.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, if he does shows up, because like you said, they're still setting up the Kang Dynasty movie. Mm-hmm. If he does show, it could be like at the very end because on Ant-Man we saw like the toughest of the toughest of the Kangs. They said, the Outcast one got killed or whatever. There's one of them is the space one, the one like looks like a cyborg type of thing. He could be there on Guardians of the Galaxy post-credit scene.
He's not.
He's in space. There's space movies, so there's
Yeah, yeah.
Celestials.
But
Or-
James Gunn said Guardian. He specifically said Guardians is its own thing. It's not setting up anything. He said that's its own thing. No one's touching it.
Mhm.
Which is
What
why
if-
I think if Space Guardians is its own thing, then Space Marvels
Yeah.
has to be connected.
That makes sense,
because
yeah.
if they're not, they got to touch one of them. And if they're not touching Guardians, then they got to touch Marvels.
Well, there you go. They gotta touch one of them.
They
And
got to
they're gonna-
touch them.
They gotta touch him, and they're gonna like it. So, oh my God, the Marvels.
It is what it
It was.
is.
It was.
But
it was
we
an
got another.
interesting
We
trailer.
got another trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got another trailer, and that's Secret Invasion.
Yes.
But I want to ask the room, what do you guys think about Secret Invasion?
Messi, do you want to go first?
I'll go first. I effing love that trailer. I am so excited for Secret Invasions. That Nick Fury coming down to Earth and then telling him, "Yo, you've been gone for too long and shit is getting real down here, and I don't know what the hell to do." And Nick Fury is gonna start knocking heads, and this is the first time that we're gonna see Nick Fury be an actual agent and a spy and the badass that Nick Fury is. So far on the movies that we've seen him, he's just a side character that sets up the Avengers or just be like that guy that gives you the motivational speech before you do something. But this is the first project that we're gonna see Nick Fury be Nick Fury. Like, I'm excited for that. We're gonna see agents. I really do hope there's no Avengers involved in this. Like, because
Oh yeah, I mean, you saw Rhodey.
I mean, Rhodey, but we saw Rhodey on Falcon and Winter Soldier for a scene. So like, I don't think he will come in and steal the show. Like,
Well,
I
I
don't want none of them.
I heard that this show either goes into Armor Wars or Armor Wars goes into this show. It's
Yeah,
one or
that
the
this
other.
goes into Armor Wars.
So I
Yeah.
feel like Rhodey might play a big part in this.
That'll be interesting. I didn't hear about that, but yeah, that'll be interesting of how. I mean, it's only 6 episodes, so I hope they don't do.
They go
Back to
overboard
the
with
6
it.
episode formula.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
best formula ever. I really hate it. But if they do the 6 formula episode again, or what they are, I hope they don't no freaking filler episodes. We don't need filler episodes. So if they do fit it in, I hope it's in either not rush, because let's face it, the 5th episode is the best episode, and the 6th episode is the worst episode so far in every season and every show. It's not even a theory. It's an actual fact, because every show that come out, the 5th episode is the best one, and the 6th episode sucks. I hope they don't rush it with the 6 episode formula thing, and then all the episodes are like 50 minutes, and the last episode is like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I hope they don't do that. If they're planning to move forward to Armor Wars, even though Armor Wars originally was going to be a show and now it's a movie.
And they changed it to
So
a
like
movie.
they change it because they saw the potential it has, and I hope they do see the potential of the build up to it. So I'm praying for it. But the trailer's awesome. What do you think about it, Mr. It's a Comics?
You basically took all the words out of my mouth. The only thing you left for me was this definitely seems like some sort of Winter Soldier kind of show. You know, when I think of the show Secret Invasions, I think, like, oh, aliens, so it might be like on the cosmic level, but seeing like Nick Fury versus all those Super Skrulls, it feels like a really cool badass Winter Soldier show, and I'm really excited for it.
Yeah.
I am a sucker for spy shows, especially when it comes to like one-man shows or like small group versus large group shows. I don't know what it is. I just watched The Night Agent on Netflix. Shout out to them. I don't know what it is about spy shows or like these type of shows. I just love them. Maybe that says something about my childhood. I don't know, but it was so good. I'm so excited for it. What Messi was saying and what Issa was saying, that how it leads up to Armor Wars. And if they thought Armor Wars was going to be a movie from how good the potential was, and if this leads into that, that means this got to be good as hell too. Because there's no point of making Armor Wars a movie if this is not really good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So what you guys were saying is super good. And what I think about this show that neither of you guys have mentioned yet is because there's going to be all these use of scrolls. I think that there could be potential for some really, really good, like, oh man, what's the word? I just lost it.
Cameos.
Oh no, not cameos. Frick. Like it just comes out of nowhere.
What do you
I
mean?
lost the word. When
Explain
uh,
it. Explain what you're trying to say.
when it comes out of nowhere, and you're like, "What? I didn't see that coming."
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I lost the word. I don't remember what the word is, and neither of you are helping me. I'm just gonna
You
off
know what you're
myself.
talking about.
I'm just gonna off myself. What is the word? No. It'll come back to me later on. The point is,
Bird is the word.
I'm looking this up. Someone else can talk.
All right, I'll stall because Denny's looking for some word. I don't know why. But yeah, so the trailer and all the people that are in it. I
Stop
the-
talking. Plot twist. That's the
No.
word. Plot twist. When you're like, plot twist. It's not Nick Fury. It's a scroll. Well, it's like maybe because it's a Nick Fury show, you're seeing him most of the time, and then boom, they pan into this other scene. You also think it's Nick Fury, and then later on, it's not, or someone else. That's what I'm talking about. Plot twist. That's a word. I don't know why it just left my mind, but with the potential of scrolls being other people, I think we could see a lot of different plot twists and just like really blow our minds because we wouldn't see it coming. Well, we wouldn't know because it's a scroll.
I guess so. If that's the case, I think if your plot twist is like, oh, it's something that's gonna like switch on you, something like that. I think Talos is gonna die on this one. Then, like that could be the plot twist. Like he's on Nick Fury form, he gets killed or something, and then he turns into his thing, and then Nick Fury goes, "Ha, you thought, bah," and they shoots the guy on the back. I don't know. That's the plot.
I feel
twist
like
that
Talos has to be connected to Captain Marvel one more time
for what?
because that's where he first showed up.
Okay.
They got a connection.
I think he's gonna die. I think Messi's on
Yeah.
something.
You think he dies? Maybe he
Yeah.
does. Someone's got to die, right? But
It's a Marvel movie. Someone has to die, or
someone
Marvel
has
show.
to die.
Yeah.
I could see it
done.
being him.
Yeah.
That's the only plot twist I can think of. I'm calling it again. I'm calling something else. Talos is gonna die, and the Wizard is gonna die. He's gonna fake he's Nick Fury, and then he's gonna die. And we're like, oh crap, that's not him. And you're gonna see the iconic line of Samuel L. Jackson, "It's me, motherfucker." Bah! And then that was gonna be the first.
If I see
word.
Nick Fury fake die one more time, if I see him die on screen, I know he's not dead because I've seen this guy fake die way too many times.
It's like Loki. It's like they don't die.
Exactly. I don't even believe it anymore. I have to hear someone's neck cracking, just like Loki, for me to actually think Nick Fury is dead. But that's all I got for Secret Invasion. So this next trailer, we're going to the other comic book world with Blue Beetle, a classic DC character. Isso, I'll start with you. What do you think about the trailer? I saw you over here.
I'm really biased. I'm really biased because on my channel, everyone knows Blue Beetle is my favorite DC character. Period. I love him more than Batman. I love him more than Superman. You guys can come at me for that, but Blue Beetle is my favorite character. He's like the Peter Parker of the DC universe.
Yep.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I have like a bunch of Blue Beetle comics, and I think he was my first DC character I was like really intrigued into when I started reading comics. And seeing Cholo, I think that's how you pronounce it. Cholo.
Cholo.
Yeah. Seeing him on the big screen after seeing him in Cobra Kai, seeing him play my favorite DC character from my favorite Cobra Kai character, I was so hyped. And I'm just really excited to see how this whole entire movie plays.
I agree with you. Seeing him, because him on Cobra Kai, he killed it. He's the best. He's one of the best characters on the show. And then he comes in, and then he like you said, Blue Beetle is a big deal. Like you get like like you said, he's a Spider-Man of the DC universe. This you cannot mess him up. You mess him up, then you're literally done. James Gunn, you're done. Like there's no DC after this. I'm really excited. This is like, for me, one I'm a Latino, so seeing another Latino being success and all this stuff, I'm for it. Like I cannot wait for this character. But there's a lot of bad reviews of the trailer, giving it it seems they're saying it looks like a CW project. I seen CW project. It does not look like the Flash. Does not look like Gotham Knights. Does not look like the Batgirl show. It does. I don't know why they're comparing it to a CW show, because it does not look like
People are
like
comparing
one
it
of
to the
those.
Power Rangers. I've been seeing a lot of that.
I seen that one, and I can understand a little bit of
Yeah.
that one because of his suit, and then like the big sword on the end of the trailer. But hey, if you think the Power Rangers are being compared to this, I would think it's a compliment, because Power Rangers are cool. Like if you're hating on Power Rangers, you did not have a good childhood. I am sorry to tell you, but I grew up on Power Rangers, and Power Rangers are like the best team of ninjas, if you want to go call it. Like, I'm all for it. I want to see Blue Beetle be a Power Ranger. That's best way to put it.
No, I agree with both of you. Like, was the trailer the best trailer? I don't think so. But one, it's a trailer. Trailers don't say everything. Well, I mean, unless it's a Marvel clips that they post every two days, like leading up to the movie, then it says everything. But the first trailer that we got, I thought it was a good start. It brought us finally introduction live action Blue Beetle that we've been waiting for. Like it was saying, this is a fan favorite character. Like, people love Blue Beetle. And I also think, on the other hand, there's a lot of superhero fans that don't know much of Blue Beetle. And so going into this movie, you got like one hand big fanatics of Blue Beetle, and then on the other hand, like not that much, but still a superhero fan. So I think they're gonna do this movie justice, and it's gonna boost like Blue Beetle fans go crazy the way that we think of Superman, Batman, all these people. I think after this movie, if it does well, people's mindset is going to go, toys are going to be flying off the shelves, because Blue Beetle is very, very popular. And I know you guys were saying it, Sholo with Cobra Kai, bro, we saw him at MegaCon in Orlando. I almost died. Oh my gosh, I just see him. It was like I could almost touch him, but it was awesome. It was so cool. He has one of those personalities, one of those things that you see on screen and you want more. I said it with Kamala Khan, that you see her character on screen, you're like, man, I just want to see her like more on screen, because she's so radiant. Sholo is another actor that's like that. Anytime you see him on screen, you're like, I want more. Like, if for some reason, I don't know what it is, but his persona, his personality, and whatever role he's playing just makes you want to see more of that character. So I love Sholo. I'm so glad they picked him for this role. The CGI, never had a problem with DC CGI. It looks good. The suit looks really, really cool. So
because it's an actual suit, that's what looks good.
Yeah, it's a practical suit.
Yeah, they're
That's
not
right,
using CGI or none of that bullcrap. They're using an actual suit. That's why it looks super cool, and I cannot wait when they add the CGI to it. Like, it's gonna look very interesting of how they're gonna play it out.
And there was one scene, and we know that James Gunn, this is kind of like it's not the introduction of his movies, the beginning of his stuff, but he said it's still canon to his stuff. So I guess he probably still has a hand in it. And something that was really cool was Man of Steel was the beginning of Zack Snyder's little world with the DC universe. And there was this one scene where Superman goes up into space and he's looking over Earth. And that's the beginning of the DC universe. Now you got Blue Beetle, who's canon to James Gunn's DC universe, does the same thing. He goes into space and he's looking over Earth. I thought that was so cool, because it was like the beginning of one era, and it was just a cool connotation that I made. So I'm excited for the movie. Once again, I didn't think the trailer was all that, but having the knowledge of Blue Beetle's character and Sholo just being awesome, I think it's gonna be pretty good.
I have a question. So let's talk about DCL for a little bit. My question is, with the stuff that's going on with Shazam, with whatever happened with Shazam, of like not doing so great, even though the movie is awesome, didn't do great at all in the box office. It did worse than Black Adam, surprisingly. Do you think because of the down slate that this universe is going, do you guys think that because of what happened with Shazam or whatever's going on with the DC universe, you think this movie will be affected because of that? Because there's still some people that are like Zack Snyder hardcore fans that everything that they see that's not his, it will bomb. Everything that he did after he left has bombed. So do you guys think that this movie coming out, it will be affected by those fans or those people who are boycotting or just don't give a rat's ass about DC Universe as of right now?
I think it's going to be different from what other projects have done. So other projects, for example, they like, well, I'm not talking about DC specifically, but Marvel, they have this really good opening where they just get a bunch of numbers for like 2 days. And then after that, it falls like 50% and no one ever watches a movie ever again. I think it's kind of going to be the opposite. I don't think the numbers are going to be as big on the opening. But once the reviews start coming in and they're like, bro, this is a good movie. Like, this is really good. And I think word of mouth for a movie means a lot. If people are talking about a movie, the more people talks about a movie, the more box numbers, office numbers it's going to get. It's just the way it goes. That's social media. If people are talking about it on social media, people are going to be watching it. So I think it's going to be like that it's not going to be as many people that first, couple days. But once people start talking about it, word of mouth, stuff like that, people are going to be like, okay, maybe I should watch this movie. And then it's going to have legs later on. What do you think, Issa?
I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth. I think the same exact thing. It's going to start off maybe like a mid amount of views, and then as soon as you see all those social media reviews, it's going to skyrocket. I really think that, especially with this being the first project of the DC reboot, I think a lot of people are going to come together and watch this movie. They want to see, how's the start of the DC going to be. So that's my take on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the reboot, that was just recently announced. So with people now knowing that this is the quote unquote the first movie of the James Gunn universe is going to be creating, I do hope that people will, okay, so this is nothing to do with anything that happened before Shazam. I think Shazam was the last movie that we're ever going to see of this Zack Snyder universe. Let's call it that, because he created that universe and they keep continuing that universe. I hope, and I like you guys said, that this movie would start great and then it will get better when people start seeing the reviews. So far the movie's coming out in August. So far there's no big delays or any talks about delaying the movie. Hopefully they don't. Because I think they already have pushed back a couple times. I hope they don't do anything like that or something crazy. But if whatever they do the reviews for the critics or whoever, we need to get signed up for those people who get to see the movie first. I do want to see them. I hope, because those are the first impression reactions that people get. As soon as they see a bad review, that it goes with without saying that everybody else will have the same review with a bad review. So hopefully they don't judge it how they regularly judge other movies, but I hope they give it justice, because it's Sholo and it's Blue Beetle. They can't go wrong. They cannot mess this up.
And remember, this was going to be originally on HBO. They
Yeah.
decided that this was, good enough to be in the movies. So that's another thing going for it, is that had it been only HBO, maybe like our thoughts on the movie could have been more towards how a lot of people were feeling about the trailer. They're like, maybe it's not that good. It's just a okay movie. But after hearing that, they're like, this got potential to be a good movie theater movie. You're gonna make some numbers. I think that's another reasoning as to why this movie is gonna be better than a lot of people think. So next topic is going to be one of the most anticipated movies of the year, and that is Across the Spider-Verse. I mean, this is Across the Spider-Verse we're talking about. Sequels almost always do better than the first movies because they just expand on what the first movie did, and we're getting tons of Spider-Man. Not just a group of Spider-Man. We're getting tons of Spider-Man or cameo references with the pointing. I mean, this is going to be good stuff. Possibly the others, our live action Spider-Man show up. Who knows? But I want to hear your thoughts on it. What do you guys think?
You can go first if you want.
All right. So I have a hot take for this movie. I'll share it later.
Okay.
But,
okay.
I don't know if you're ready for it, but anyways, before we get into the hot take, okay, my thing is with what you were saying about the live actions, I think only Tom Holland's going to show up. I don't think Andrew and Toby will show up. I think they might be referenced maybe with like that whole Doctor Strange and the nerd joke, but I don't think they're actually going to show up. Tom Holland has a slight chance of showing up. I am though really excited about this movie, kind of like how you were saying. I did recently learn that they are making a little short film based on Miles's life right before the actual Spider-Verse movie.
I didn't know that one.
Yeah. So I'm also really excited for that. I don't know what it's going to be released on, either in theaters maybe, or actually no, I don't think it's going to be in theaters. But all right. My hot take. Okay. So, Miguel, he says Earth 19999. I don't think that's the MCU.
Really?
Change my mind.
I mean, okay. So far in every other movie, okay, so the first time that we ever the Earth being called 616 is on Thor, when the professor guy, I forgot his name, is writing is writing on his board and all the multiverse stuff, and then he writes on this 616. The second time that we hear 616 is on Spider-Man Far From Home, when Mysterio is on the good side. At that moment, he goes, "Oh, I am a multiverse traveler, and your Earth is called 616." But yet again, one of them was going crazy, and the second one, the other one, is a liar, because later on we figure out that he lied on his stuff. So, and Kevin Feige is another liar, because not a liar like per se, but he
oh my gosh,
he hides the truth. Let's put it that way. I do think this is Earth 19999. Because of all this stuff, it makes more sense than 616. What's going on either you want to explain on the comics or whatever's going on in the MCU. It makes more sense to be on that one. And I want Kamala's side.
That's right. There is no nerd that knows more about MCU Marvel than Ismani. I don't know how you say the last name, but Kamala Khan. There's no nerd that knows more about Marvel. Bro, you watch any interview with her, she's like, bah, 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 bah. I'm like, dude, I had no idea.
She's on that subreddit.
She is on that subreddit. She knows more about Marvel than any other MCU actor. I can promise you that. I can put money on it. She knows more than Robert Downey Jr., more than Chris Evans, more than Chris Hemsworth, whatever it is. She knows. And she said 1999. I will believe whatever she says.
Well, hear me out. I was on her side until something was brought to my attention a couple of weeks ago. Or actually, when the Spider-Verse trailer released. Someone went back and he was saying, "Oh, Miguel said it. Miguel was saying how it's Earth 1999, but that's just based off of his wording. But if you look at Loki, which is out of time, all right, not in any of the universes, Mobius says Loki's universe is 616. So if you think about it, you're basing a character off of his universe, naming a universe, and then you're going up against a dude who's out of time naming universes.
I mean, you
That's
could
a
say
good
the
point.
same thing. No, it's a good point, but you could just say the same thing if the roles were reversed. Like this guy, Miguel keeps saying, "Oh, your Earth is 616," and Morbius or whatever his name is, Mobius, is saying, "Oh, your Earth is 1999." It's the same thing. The roles are reversed, and so wouldn't make sense. So as of right now, we don't know which Earth is the MCU. They keep saying it's 616 because of the characters within 616 universe. Again, with Mobius, with Loki, not Loki, Thor's Eric guy, whatever, and Mysterio. Like all these characters have saying that 616 is the MCU, but yet again, there's other characters and other real people like Kamala, whoever her name is in real life, uh, are fighting and they're like they're actual comic. And Sony hates the MCU, so they will do anything to roast them and saying like, "Yo, you're a bunch of dumbasses. You don't even know which Earth you're in. I'm gonna tell y'all in my movie that's gonna make a lot of money." And it's like, "Yo, y'all in 19999, and that's it." I don't know what to think. I don't know which Earth we're in. I honestly don't know.
I will
But
give credit. I will give credit to Issa because this is not an MCU movie. So any MCU project has said 616. This is outside of MCU saying Earth 19999.
But yet again, where they are, where that location there is like it's outside of time.
Is it, or is it in Miguel's universe?
I don't think it's a Miguel universe.
I don't think
Like,
it's outside of time. I don't know where it is, but I don't think it's outside of time.
I thought this whole time it was in Miguel's universe.
I don't think it's a Miguel. Well, I don't know. Well, then
because he looked like a leader there.
Yeah,
He started it. Yes, he's the one who started it. That's right. But I don't think it's on his universe because he's universe in the future. So I don't know. I don't see why he will bring everybody to the future, because then that'll be time travel, not bring everybody to a safe place where they can go to another universe. So I think where they are, it could be in time or without time. They haven't really explained that yet until we see the movie or like whatever. But yeah, Miguel started it, but yet again, does not mean that they are in their universe, on his universe. So I think that place could be outside of time as well.
I got something to say that Issa was saying, and I disagree. And that is, I think all 3 live action Spider-Man show up.
No, I agree with that. I don't think there is.
They show up, one, just because it's cool. You got all the Spider-Man there. You got to show up. 2, everyone's claiming for Andrew to at least, so he doesn't even have to show up in a suit. You just need his voice. And boom, you got another Andrew. You please more people, more box office numbers right there. That's money. That's money, free money for them. 2 or 3.
It's not free money for them. They gotta pay the actors. They're gonna pay the actors. They're not free.
He could show up for 1 line. They don't have to pay him that much. I'm sure they'll recover that money just because people know that he's there. And 3, this is actually a pretty bad example, but you know what? I'm going for it. Is they had a YouTube video of Tobey Maguire reacting to the Across the Spider-Verse video. Why is he reacting to it? You know why? Because he's in it and he doesn't want to. And he's trying to hint at it. So
I mean, he could be just like a reactor, like we do. He can react.
No one else has reacted. Have you ever seen an actor react to another video to another thing?
Yeah.
What? Who?
Other actors react to other stuff.
Yeah, you can't even name one.
Oscar
Exactly.
Isaac reacted to Moon Knight.
He was in it, and he was in it. Exactly. That only helps prove my point. So, if you've never seen someone react to it, it's that they're not in it. Also, for future reference, Kamala Khan's name is Iman Vellani. I said Imani. I combined the two, but it's Iman. So
it's a nickname. We just nicknamed her.
They're all 3 of them are in it. I said what I said.
Let's say they are. They're probably there for a cameo.
For a cameo, yeah. For a cameo.
Not like how they did on
10 seconds.
No Way Home.
On No Way Home. That'll be cool to see, but I don't think they would. I don't think they would. But the possibility of them showing up are really high because they can do anything. Plus, there is voice acting. They don't have to be there. They can literally do that on their house on the phone, like on Spider-Man, and then
And
send
it's
them
the
to
Sony verse.
Sony.
It's not the MCU. So
Exactly.
Toby and
Yeah.
Andrews from the
Exactly.
Sony verse.
Exactly. I got a question for you guys. Do you think this ends with Miles going to live action?
Not
Not
this
yet.
one. Not this
Yeah.
one. Beyond
Okay.
the Spider-Verse, yes.
So you think the third one? Okay.
Yeah.
The
Well,
only
is that
reason
part 1, part 2. Yeah.
the only reason I think that is because from the same person who leaked Toby and Andrew will be in No Way Home, he said that the Peter B. Parker, Miles Morales, and Gwen Stacy's actors, all of them have been signed to the Secret Wars. So, hearing that, either I highly doubt they're going to animate all the Avengers into the Spider-Verse animation. I feel like they're going to bring
Right.
those three into the live action. The only thing that I don't understand about that whole thing is Haley Steinfeld is already Kate Bishop in the MCU. So seeing her
That's very
as
funny.
Gwen Stacy, I don't know how it's going to play out. I mean, it's Marvel. You don't know what they're going to do.
Variants. They're variants. One variant was born as Kate Bishop, and the other variant was born as Gwen Stacy and became a Spider-Man. I don't see nothing wrong with that. It's just
That's fair.
normal MCU stuff. I don't know.
I do agree. I think that he shows. I think that's what the title means. Beyond the Spider-Verse. I think that's him eventually going to live action, which would be really cool. And
I hope
It'd just be
I
cool.
hope when if that were to be true to him to become to live action, I hope by that time the Spider-Man, live Tom Holland Spider-Man, will be almost about to die or already dead.
I
Like
don't think they're going to kill him off.
which
You don't think
Spider-Man?
at all?
I don't think they're going to kill him off.
They're not killing him off.
They're not killing him off. Not even for the next 3 movies. I feel like they're keeping him for maybe 9 movies at least. He's like, if you think about it, he's like the new face of the MCU. When you think of Marvel, you think of Spider-Man. And when you think of Spider-Man, everyone nowadays thinks of Tom Holland Spider-Man specifically because his Marvel Spider-Man is the most anticipated projects of all the Marvel projects.
Yep. I mean,
He could die in Secret Wars.
I think that's for Doctor Strange.
You think that's
It's got to be for one of them. It's for one of those two. It's either Doctor Strange or Spider-Man.
Or Thor.
I think Thor's dead in King Dynasty.
He could be. He has to die in one of those Avengers movies.
I think he's dead before Secret Wars even.
That's it.
This man's gone.
That's if he comes back.
He's
Because,
coming
like,
back.
I don't know, like him, like actual Chris Hemsworth with whatever's going on with
That's
him.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's gonna come back for one more thing and die in that one more thing.
That's if he comes back because right now he stopped acting for a lot of stuff. So like, God forbid his condition actually start kicking in before they start going on production for all the stuff. So we have to accept the possibility right now that he may not returning as Thor. For any acting at all. Maybe it's a cameo or just for like a really small part, or they just kill him off screen. Or
Kind of
they
like how
recast
Loki
him.
died in Infinity War, like just like a small part.
Yeah. Or they just recast him with someone.
I highly
else
doubt
that-
they'll recast him. I feel
Yeah,
like it's
that-
way too late.
They could do what Issa said and just kill him off like in the first 2 minutes, the same way they did with Loki. It would make sense. And killing Thor, I can see it.
Or hear me out. They get Liam Hemsworth or one of the other Hemsworths to be Thor, but then they do the same thing they did for Fast 7, where they like put Chris Hemsworth's face on Liam.
Oh, like the editing?
Yeah, because obviously now
face-
technology is better than
Right.
before.
I mean, they can just put an AI in there. Like AI nowadays are it right now. So
Yeah.
if they do that, I will not be surprised. But yeah, so we gotta accept the fact that we may not see Chris Hemsworth again on the big screen. But if we do, like you said, it may be for like the Loki scene part that he just dies in that moment, and that's it. He does not come back from that.
I feel like that would be a cool driver for the Avengers. Like you see in the beginning of Kang Dynasty, like Kang dragging Thor across the floor and just beating the crap out of him. And then it just switches to the title card, Avengers Kang Dynasty.
That'd
And
be
that's
really
how like
cool.
There you
they
go.
all just go for king. That would be a
And
really
and
cool idea.
it would be a perfect connection to Infinity War.
Exactly.
There you go. We just started King Dynasty.
All right, Marvel,
Marvel.
pay
Marvel sent
us.
our
Oh,
checks.
but
Give
yeah,
us the checks.
send checks. We have writers. We have people who can work there already. Like, what's y'all at? That's
But I hear that you got some hot takes for us.
yeah. What's your
lined up? So what's some hot takes you got? I'm ready to hear these.
I don't know if you're ready. All right, this one's for Messi because
Ooh.
I saw one of your videos a couple weeks ago, and I was mad at you. You did not.
Ooh.
How dare you? How dare
Well,
you? You
well,
did not like
okay,
the Moon Knight show? The ending?
wait. Oh, the ending of Moon Knight? No, I did not. I do not like the ending.
You're wrong.
The ending of Moon Knight. Okay, let me explain to you a little bit more why I don't like the ending of Moon Knight.
It's okay. You can be wrong.
No, I am not wrong.
You're not allowed to be wrong about Moon Knight. No.
Like I said earlier, every show which has 6 episodes, the 5th episode is the best episode, and the last episode sucks for every single show. Yes, the ending of the, let's say, the post-credit scene, or the last scene of that's gonna lead up to the next thing was great. Moon Knight on the very last second, it's awesome. We got introduced to the third personality,
To Jake.
Khonshu, whatever the bird name is.
Khonshu.
Yeah, it showed that is okay. You did not. I did not leave your body at all. I'm still working with you. But Mark and Steven does not know that part. What I like that part is good because that is going to lead up to the next thing. The thing that I did not like, the last episode, like every other MCU episode, it was rushed. The last fighting scene, the last moment that we're gonna see in Moon Knight for God knows how long, going OP about to beat up Arthur, we did not get that. And the thing is, they teased that multiple times on a show that did it on the first episode, second episode, third episode, fourth episode, and fifth episode. The same thing about him about to go really OP because Moon Knight, yet again, it's like the Batman version of him on the MCU. We've seen Batman go OP fighting people. Why are they gonna keep doing that to a character who can actually go OP? Because Mark Spector,
It's a teaser for season 2.
Exactly.
No, why? When is season 2 gonna come out? And season 2 has not been
I don't
announced.
know.
Season 2 has not even started. Season 2 has not been any production whatsoever. Y'all keep saying season because Danny says the same thing. Oh, it's for setting up the thing.
Setting up for season 2.
It's a setup. It's Marvel. They have to set up something.
Okay, they did set up something. They set up the third personality.
Right.
That's gonna show
Exactly.
up.
So then
Exactly.
why are you gonna see it?
So we see it in the season 2.
No, I don't mind. I don't mind of the third personality. The thing I was like, why is Mark Spector, the main version of Moon Knight, is literally a wimp? Why is he not fighting how he's supposed to fight?
He was fighting.
He got his ass whooped by Arthur. What are you talking about
Arthur's
fighting?
the main villain. What do you expect?
Arthur was literally whooping his whole ass in the whole entire show.
He's the main villain.
Moon Knight did not win a single fight on that show.
Yeah,
Except whenever the third personality came in place and took over. It was okay, it was fine for the first couple episodes. But literally this is the last fight about Mark versus Arthur. And that they took that fight away from him because Arthur's dead. We're not gonna see Arthur again. Because who killed him? The third personality.
Well, hear me out.
You didn't see a body.
We saw
That's
a
the
body.
thing.
What are you talking about?
No, you didn't.
You didn't see a
This
body.
My rule is if it's an off-screen death, it's not a death.
Exactly. That's
Think about
literally your rule. You say it all the time.
Think about it.
Well,
Go back to Hawkeye. Go back to Hawkeye. Did Echo kill Kingpin? You hear a gunshot in the end.
She
The
missed.
same thing.
Did she miss,
So
or did she just not kill him? She decided not to kill him.
She missed. The wind was flowing a little bit harder that day, and the
Maybe
bullet
the
just-
wind was flowing in the car.
Yeah, inside the car with closed windows, and a god, literally a god, sitting next to him, like, yo, you remember this guy? Yeah, papa. He literally shot him. We saw that. So
You don't know. The third
Did you
personality is
see
crazy.
it?
He could have
Did
killed
you see
Khonshu.
it? Yeah, maybe he shot Khonshu.
You never know.
A god got shot and
Yep.
died.
They wanted to get rid of Khonshu throughout the whole show, so
No. So I'm still staying on my take. Y'all can suck it. The last episode of Moon Knight sucks 100% until the very last. I give you that. The last second of the last scene of Moon Knight was good on that part of the teaser. Whatever they're gonna do, whatever with the third conscience, whatever. I did like that part. I didn't like the last final battle. It was rushed. Then they give this girl powers, and then she becomes even more OP than Moon Knight himself. This girl just got powers, literally just got powers, and it's better than Moon Knight. Make it make sense. You can't because it sucks.
You can't.
You can't because
It's
it
a
sucks.
top tier MCU show.
It's
The
not.
best. It's better than Loki.
It is better
Oh
than Loki.
my god! It's
It is
not
better
better
than
than
That's
Loki.
my next hot take. It is better than Loki.
It
Loki is a very
not.
close second,
It is not better
Loki's
than Loki.
good, but it's not
It's
as
great.
good.
but
is-
Moon Knight is peak out of all the
It-
MCU shows.
It's so okay. It's so peak. It's so peak that you guys say. Why were there so many errors filming wise? Why is there people on the show that are not supposed to be on the show? Like there's crew members on the show. I don't know if you
What
if you ever
what does
noticed.
that have to do with the quality of the show?
What do you mean? That's 100% the quality of the show.
Did you notice
They
it the
care.
first time you watched
They
it? The
care.
very first time you watched it, because I know you were watching at 4 a.m. You're telling me you noticed the crew
No,
members.
I didn't know. I
And
didn't
then
remember.
shut the hell up, because
No,
you didn't see
I
nothing.
don't remember anything from the show. That's one. That's how forgettable the show is.
It's not forgettable.
It is forgettable. The only good
It is
episode
not.
of that show is the 5th episode.
Can
I
you
think the
name?
fourth was better. I think the fourth was more like
The
more
one,
mind blowing.
the one that he's in the
That was
hospital.
the fifth one, where he's in the hospital.
Yeah, that's my favorite episode.
Was that the fifth one or was that the
Yeah,
fourth
that was
one?
the fifth one.
That was the fifth
Yeah.
one. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
That was
So
the best
when he
one.
goes
But,
to the
okay,
the
can
thing.
you name a peak Loki episode where you're like, damn, that was such a good episode?
all the episodes, 6 episodes.
Because they don't have a peak episode. They're just
The
all
ending,
good.
just the
They're
last
just
episode.
all good.
Just the last episode.
Exactly. But
Oh,
not even the
and then-
last episode is as peak as episode 5 of Moon Knight.
You can't just base one episode on a versus
It's
a whole
6
show.
episodes. That's almost a freaking 20% of the movie.
I'm sorry.
I mean, of the show.
Moon Knight is a good show. I am not hitting on that. I'm just hitting on the part that you think Loki is not the best MCU show. Yeah, again, none of them are because they all suck. All the MCU shows are forgettable. They are good at the moment, yes. But will you sit down and rewatch them again? That's the question
Yep.
that you have to ask yourself. No, you
Yeah.
have not. No.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know about you, but I know about Danny for sure. Danny has not sat down to rewatch.
Yes, I have.
No, you have not. Stop
Yes, I
lying to yourself.
have.
Stop
Yes, I
lying to
have.
yourself. You have not sat down. You probably watch your wife on the TV show with WandaVision, but that's it. And only the episode when she's wearing her Halloween suit. That's the only thing you like about that show.
I've
That's
rewatched
it.
Loki, Moon Knight, and WandaVision. It's like my nuts.
Stop lying. What's your other hot take? I am interested to hear your next one.
Ooh. Okay. The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Better than Far From Home.
Ooh.
I agree with you.
You're
I think
I gotta think
I-
about this one.
I think Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the best Spider-Man movie.
No,
It's not.
definitely
You
not.
don't, you don't think it's the
What?
best Spider-Man movie?
You're saying it's better than Spider-Man 2, saying it's better than
Spider-Man movie. I'm not saying it's the best movie because it's definitely not the best movie. It obviously
Spider-Man
has
2
it-
is a Spider-Man movie.
No. Okay, Spider-Man. Okay. Let me rephrase what I mean with the Spider-Man movie. It's the most comic book accurate Spider-Man that we have seen on the big screen, and Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the movie that reflects that the most out of all the Spider-Man movies that we've seen. Yes, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 1, Tom Holland movies are great Spider-Man movies, but they don't really portray the character as they did on Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I could counter that. Civil War Tom Holland. I feel like
Well,
that's the
he
best
was-
portrayal of Spider-Man on
He
the
was
big
there
screen.
for not even 5 minutes.
But it was
No,
still the best portrayal.
That doesn't
Portrayal.
count.
I count it.
If you
No,
want to
he's
count,
not that's not his own movie.
He's still
It's not
Spider-Man.
movie. He's okay. I'll give you that. He's Spider-Man. He's great on that
Mhm.
movie. because that's before he became the Spider-Man that he is right now and we love. He was great, but we only saw him for less than 5 minutes, and he was already OP at that moment because he stopped a whole punch from Winter Soldier.
Mhm.
So like that guy was already OP. That guy is a Spider-Man already. That guy was not coming to a Spider-Man. But the Amazing Spider-Man 2, oh sorry. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the best Spider-Man movie on the concept that it portrayed the best way of a Spider-Man. And the story was awesome. I don't know why this movie gets so much hate, and I do agree with you. It's better than Far From Home. And it's so close for No Way Home, but No Way Home is a better movie because all the stuff that happened on that movie and all the nostalgia.
It's not that close.
It's not close, but No Way Home is a better movie. But carry on.
Movie wise, yes. Like it's okay.
Hold up.
Spider-Man, the
I want
character.
to say something real quick. I just want to make fun of you. You forgot the D and unqualified under your name, and I just noticed it. And I think
Unqualified heroes.
I think that's really funny. So
Where is it?
under your name, you spelled unqualified wrong. But I just wanted to, I just wanted to
it's
point
not.
that out. Yeah, it
No,
is.
it's
There's no
not.
D.
There's a D in there.
There's no D.
There's a D. Count the
You're waiting,
letters.
you're waiting for it to load, and it's not
No.
loading. So
My hand's right here. UNQUALIFIED.
bro, that's an H.
That's a D. And
That's
then
an H.
heroes.
Yo,
There's a
what are you
D
talking
and
about?
a heroes.
What
Your
are you
eyeglasses.
talking about?
Your eyeglasses right now are missing your eye vision right now because there's
Issa, do you
D in
agree with
there.
me?
I
There's
agree
no-
with you. I don't
There's
see a
no
D.
D. There's no
There-
D in there.
There's a D in there.
I think you need to put on some eyeglasses.
there's
Anyways,
a D
that's
in there.
besides the point. That's besides the point. There's no D. It's okay. You can admit your failures. Just like all your hot takes, they're wrong too. But I will agree. I will agree
I am taking a
with
screenshot on this.
with what you said, with what both of you said. I do think it's better than Far From Home, and I do think it's the best Spider-Man portrayal. Yeah. You got any other hot takes?
I got one more.
All right, let's hear it.
The Incredible Hulk movie, so Ed Norton's movie, he's a better portrayal as Hulk than Mark Ruffalo.
I don't think
Are
that's a
you
hot
talking
take
about Mark
because-
Ruffalo in general through the movies, or just a specific?
Yes, they
okay.
tarnished
I don't-
his arc. They tarnished his arc.
I don't think
Right,
that's
but
a hot take.
also, you never got an arc with Edward Norton's. You only got one movie.
Right, but
Okay.
that was still
It's okay. I agree with you. I don't think that's a hot take because a lot of people agree with you on that part.
So then,
Because
do you say it's a better
Edward Norton?
arc than Hulk in Avengers 1?
one more time. I didn't hear you.
Would you say Edward Norton's Hulk in his own movie versus Avengers 1 Hulk? How about that?
Still Edward Norton.
Yeah, Edward Norton was better.
That movie gets a lot of hate, and I don't see it why.
Because it's bad.
No.
I
No.
I agree. I agree with both of you. It's a bad movie, but yet again, it's a good, enjoyable movie because it portrays Hulk the best way that we have seen. Because we've seen Hulk on Avengers movies, and he's great. But every movie that he's on, they keep downgrading him and downgrading. Now he's literally a Professor Hulk, which we wanted. But
Professor Hulk is in the comics, yeah.
Mhm.
But he just sucks.
It just sucks. They did him so wrong.
Mhm.
And I think the reason why they did him so wrong is because Universal so owns the rights to the Hulk.
Well, I think regardless of that, they just want to give She-Hulk the spotlight. I think
Yeah.
that's what they do.
But I think they led to that because they don't have the rights. I don't think they would have brought She-Hulk in, or at least made her a main character, had they had the rights to Hulk.
I wish Edward Norton was still the Hulk.
He
Don't
was
get me
not a
wrong,
good
but
Hulk.
he was the
He was a
best.
bad acting as Hulk. His
No.
What do
acting
you mean?
sucked.
Edward
No.
Norton is not a
No.
bad actor. I don't know where you get in this.
No, I'm not
from.
saying he's a bad actor. I'm saying he acted bad in Hulk.
No. Okay, so let's okay. I recently watched Ghost Rider 2, to be more specific. All the movies that came out during that time of superheroes, they all had the same acting. That cheesy, very corny lines, they all had the same thing. Hulk was released around that time. So all the movies that were released on that time, they had the same acting. So I guess if they were following a certain acting, because
Fantastic Four did not have that acting.
kind of did not as corny or bad as the other ones, but
The second one was corny.
yes.
Sam Raimi's Spider-Mans didn't have that.
Oh,
type
that was
of acting.
before. Those movies were before.
I think that was the same time period.
You
It's
think
the same time period.
Spider-Man 3 at least?
I'm talking about Spider-Man 1 and 2. At least
The
one.
first two. I mean, those movies were following like old high school movies though. Like really corny. Like there were adults acting as kids. That's not, you don't see that now, like nowadays. So they
That's
were
fair.
still following that era of acting of actors, or like how they portray their characters. But Ghost Rider 2, the Hulk and the Incredible Hulk were around the same time as the other ones, but they were not as corny because one, Sony at that moment was doing good. Sony started sucking after the Amazing Spider-Man. X-Men were doing good because Fox never disappointed, other than when they started doing all this bullcrap with the multiverse time stuff that
The
makes no
spin-offs.
sense. Yeah, and then we got the Hulk with Edward Norton, which was one of the best portrayals of Hulk, because the previous one sucked. That one's 100% sucked. I'm not even trying to save it. That one actually sucked. This one, it sucked less, but it was so good. And then Edward Norton portrayed a better Hulk in the sense like he looked more as a nerd than a cool guy scientist. Because that's what I think of Mark Ruffalo. Like I think he's a cool scientist, not a nerd scientist like the Hulk is supposed to be.
I think Hulk is supposed to be a cool scientist.
He's not. He's a loner.
He's a nerd.
That doesn't trust nobody.
He's a depressed nerd.
Yeah. He's just like all of us, but he has powers. So he's cool.
But like, even like, take Abomination from that movie. You saw how he looked in that movie, and then they completely tarnished him when you saw him in She-Hulk. Like, that dude was like, "Oh yeah, I'm into yoga now, and I send letters to a bunch of girls."
Yeah.
Whereas in the other movie, he was destroying cities.
Yeah. I mean, but you could see where they went with that, because he was told that Hulk was bad and he was just following orders because he's a military guy.
Right, but like, still, it's Abomination. Like,
it is. I agree. It is Abomination, and we wanted to see Abomination be Abomination. But I see what they did. Like, I wasn't too mad about that. I would have preferred Abomination be Abomination, but I wasn't mad. I will go with one more thing before we close out the show. We'll just talk about real quick. Star Wars Celebration kicked off over in London these past couple days, and we got some new shows and movies that were announced. So if you're a Star Wars fan, you should be really happy about that. We got Ahsoka. Everybody loves Ahsoka. Who doesn't? If you don't, then die. We got Star Wars Visions. Everyone doesn't love Star Wars Visions, and if you do, then die. And then we got
okay.
Star Wars Visions isn't. I haven't personally watched it. Messi has. He said it's okay. So it's just not my style.
It's a really good other ways of telling Star Wars stories without putting it into a big screen or showing how the cinematic stuff is. They're imagine it like, I don't know if you've seen the show Love, Death, Robots.
Oh no, I haven't seen that one.
It's the same concept of it. It's just short episodes with a specific story that has nothing to do with anything that was going on with Star Wars. I loved it. It was especially the first episode with that with the Inquisitor trying to fight this Jedi with a red lightsaber. It's one of the best. And again, that first episode is still being used as the sound of it. Like, I haven't killed a Jedi in forever, or whatever she says it on TikTok and forever. Like, it's that good of short episodes. So if you have never seen, it's mostly anime. I'm not a big fan of anime, but it's Star Wars, so
it wasn't bad.
Give it a try.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so I was just being, I don't know. I don't like anime like that, so it's not my thing.
That's fair.
But they also have Bad Batch season 3, the final season. So the last season, the ending of season 2 was pretty sad. If you guys did see that, so it'll be interesting to see. it'll be interesting to see what Bad Batch 3 is. They also have a Jedi Youngling show. I don't know if the finale of that is going to be them dying by Anakin Skywalker. That'd be pretty gruesome for the little kids watching that.
I
But
saw that.
It's literally a Younglings animated show. So I'm like, is the finale just them dying? I don't know. And we got movies. So we got. And now we'll go around the room asking which one you guys most are hoping for. We have the sequel to the sequels, and that is with Rey, which everyone's got their feelings about Rey. But this takes place quite a bit years afterwards, where she's trying to reform the Jedi Order, which is cool. We see more Jedi. Then we got another one with the GOAT, Dave Filoni, who is finishing off the Mandoverse. So Mandalorian, Ahsoka, what was the other one? Book of Boba Fett. He's closing it off with the movie, which is really cool. And then maybe we see older Grogu finally become, talk and wield sabers and stuff. I don't know. We'll see. And not for that one, but for the sequel for Rey. And the last one we're going all the way back to the beginning. So the first Jedi, the creation of the Force, cool stuff. So I will ask around the room, and then we'll close it out. What project are you guys most excited for?
Originally, I was excited for the originals, like where we go way back to the beginning. But after seeing people leak the trailers on Twitter for Rey's spin-off movie, well, not spin-off, but her movie, people are saying that she looks pregnant in the movie, meaning that we're going to get another generation of Palpatines, which honestly, I'm really excited to see.
More Palpatines. Huh?
More Palpatines.
That's interesting. I saw the leaked photo of that. Which I don't know who's gonna be the dad. People saying that the Force Ghost of Kylo, got freaky.
The Force Ghost.
Yeah, that's a theory that's going around, but I don't think that's real. I think it was just a guy commenting on the photo. But I did see the leaked photo. I didn't think it was real until you confirm it. But the project that I'm most excited about is the Mando universe ending with Filoni, because I like how the universe started. I would like to see how it's gonna end. Obviously the Book of Boba Fett wasn't a big hit until the Mandalorian showed up on the show, and then Ahsoka. So far, from what we have seen, it looks very great. Piece of advice: if you have not seen Rebels, go watch Rebels before you see this, because this show will literally take
a sequel
after
of Rebels.
It's better than Clone Wars.
Ooh, that's a hot take right there.
It's not. It's factual.
That's a hot take, and I'm not agreeing with that.
Clone Wars is too repeatable. Rebels, on the other hand, you get an actual solid story. Okay, don't get me wrong. Clone Wars Season 7 was amazing. It was beautiful. It was everything I wanted from Star Wars Clone Wars. But the other seasons, they were not as good. But Rebels, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the whole thing.
Okay, I mean,
I agree. I agree with
really.
Mr.
You agree
here,
with him,
because I can't. I started watching the Bad Batch, and then I started watching the Clone Wars. I just can't do it. There's too many filler episodes, and yeah, you can say, "Oh, it's a story. Oh, it's bullshit." I don't care. Too many filler episodes. Why is there a filler episode about a filler episode? It makes no sense. I don't understand.
That means it's not a filler episode.
It's a filler episode. It has nothing to do. It's nothing to do with the story of what they're going for. It's just a story about thing. Don't know why they do that. I can't get through it. I literally skipped from season 1 all the way to season 7 to watch the last 4 episodes, and that's it. I will not sit down and watch Clone Wars. I did not like it. Don't hate me because of that. Rebels, on the other hand, I started watching it because I saw the trailer. I was like, okay, I gotta watch Rebels because I don't want to be that guy that's like asking too many questions.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. The animation is not the best because it's for kids, whatever. But the story of it is awesome so far. I have no complaints about it. Yeah,
I don't know.
so
I liked
Clone
Clone
Wars
Wars
sucked.
better. Maybe it was
It's,
just the
it's because it's Anakin, Obi-Wan, all these people are
Heck
there.
yeah, that's
and
my
you're just
crew.
and you're
Anakin,
just
Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, come on. Darth Maul, come on.
I think Darth Maul was the only good thing about that show.
There was a lot more good things about that show, but that's not the point. So you said Dave Filoni's movie.
Yeah, so Dave Filoni's are the most out of the three movies, the most anticipated one that I'm looking forward,
Okay.
because like I said, I want to see how it's gonna end with everything that's going on right now.
Well, then that's really cool because cool thing about Star Wars and cool things about Marvel is we all have different favorite things. And my most anticipated one is actually different from both of yours. The third one, which is the beginning of how it all started, which to me just intrigues me so much because we don't know. We don't know. We have this giant universe of Star Wars and, originals, prequels, sequels. Now we're getting sequels to the sequels. We're getting spin-off shows. But where did it all start? We don't know. At least not in live action.
Yeah. I think they're gonna do the same thing that they did on Korra with the Airbender. I mean the Korra show, the Airbender stuff. Whatever that episode when they go back in time and they show the starting of the avatars, how they did. There's giant turtles, lion turtles, and they give the power, and then this guy holds all the powers. I think they're gonna do something like that. They're just gonna.
Yeah, but this is a whole movie. This is not just an episode.
I know, but the concept of it. I think the concept of it is gonna be the same.
I generally don't know, but so I think that'll be really cool. So we're all excited for different movies, which is awesome. I just think I don't know. That's my most anticipated. But I respect both of your decisions. I think all three of these movies are going to be pretty good. But that's basically what we've talked about. So we talked about all the trailers, Marvel, DC, Mario, Star Wars, hot takes. We got it all. So we're just gonna close it out. Issa, where can they find you? You want to shout yourself out? All this stuff.
You can find me on TikTok. You can search up Issa_comics, or you could just look me up on YouTube, Issa Space Comics.
Okay. Messi.
Well, you can find me on Instagram at Messi.17 _. Let me know who you are, and if you are a pornographic page trying to get my money, please stop following me. I literally get those daily. It's very annoying. But if you don't want to follow me, you can always follow this Denny here.
You can always follow me at Danny42 with 3 N's because 2 is taken on Instagram. So I had to go with the next best. And like Messi said, we keep getting random spam pages daily. Please stop following us. But if you want to be a spam page, you can follow us at Unqualified Heroes, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of it. We're everywhere.
It's Unqualified Heroes with a D.
With a D, because Messi doesn't know how to spell.
Dude, there's a D there.
I am the speller. Yeah, there's a D under mine, not under yours. But that's it. So once again, thank you for joining on our show, Issa. It was a blast having you. We just love talking nerd stuff with, besides ourselves. So it was really fun to have you on, and we'll definitely, if you're down, we'd definitely love to have you again for sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we do our closing, Unqualified Heroes.